Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It is what it is. This is Leanna. I hope everyone is doing well today. First things first, as you can see, I'm back in the office, guys. I'm back in the office. So, I took some time off, and it's starting to get warmer, and so I back in here and doing my thing. And I hate to admit it, but I missed it. Definitely missed it. I'm definitely like, yep, it's my baby. I don't have much in this life, but I got my office. So, that being said, today I'm going to talk a little bit about my day yesterday. It's actually been weighing on my mind. I can't stop thinking about it. I just cannot stop thinking about the whole thing. So, I don't know what to tell you guys, but lately I feel like when I sit down and do a video with you guys and I just tell my story, it's helping me to just tell my story, have people hear it, know that I'm not alone, and let other people know that they're not alone. So in DBT, there's categories, and one of the categories is interpersonal relationships. And I am going to tell you something about interpersonal relationships. It is the hardest part of life. Hands down. Hands down. Having relationships with other people and trying to make it work and trying to do the right thing is the hardest thing in the world. So, with that being said, there's a whole bunch of things that they teach you in DBT, and if anyone's interested, I would totally do videos on it. Things like Dear Man and all kinds of acronyms that are really good and helpful. And at some point, I'm going to do a video on how when you try all those things, if they don't work, sometimes you have to let people go. Like my mama. I had to let my mama go. But I digress. Let's talk about yesterday. So, over the weekend, John and I'm not going to get into too many specifics because I'm going to be pretty general about the whole thing. There's no need to get into specifics because it really comes down to how I reacted and how it made me feel. So basically, John and I made a decision over the weekend, and it was a decision that we decided after waiting a bit and then deciding we needed to do what was better for us and not what was better for the other person because we just had to. So with that being said, we let the person know that we changed our mind, and they came back at us with the guilt trip. The guilt trip. They came back with a guilt trip. They came back and made us feel so flipping bad that he and I were both considering changing our mind back because we felt so bad. Even though it wouldn't have worked for us. It would have been worse for us. The situation would have been worse for us. But we were seriously considering making it worse for us just because of the way that they made us feel with the message. Like, thick. Oh my God, if I had known, I wouldn't have done this. You guys, like, too much. Just too much. Also, not only was it upsetting and frustrating because we were trying to do the right thing for us, we're not trying to, we're not ever trying to screw anybody over. That's not what we're here to do. I certainly have been through too much to even think about it. And it was just, we waited and then decided we got to change our mind because it didn't work out. It just didn't work out. And it was, we weren't trying to put anyone in a position. We weren't trying to do anything except make our lives a little bit better. So, the very thick guilt trip that was sent back to us, triggered me. That's what I wanted to talk about. Less about what happened and more about the fact that it triggered me. And, with PTSD and, all of the anxiety and everything that goes along with it. When you're triggered, you just never know what's going to happen and how you're going to react. And that's what I'm working on a day-to-day, is my reactions to everything, because I have a very traumatic past, and my reactions have been trained to that traumatic past. I was raised by abusive parents, and I was always scared. I was always on high vigilance. I always was making sure I knew exactly what was going on around me, so that I knew what to expect and how to deal with it. So when I'm triggered now, at this point, when I'm out of the trauma and the guilt and all of the things that were being thrown at me, I can honestly say this is the first time that it's been thrown in my face since my brother's passed over the last couple of years. When my brother passed, my mom did some guilt tripping on me. I was prepared for her back then, though, because I didn't let it get to me. But yesterday it was unique, was that the way that the message was sent was exactly something that my brother would have sent to me. So I haven't talked a lot about my brother. I'm doing a lot of that with my therapist, but the reality of what I've gone through in the 2 years or 2.5 years that I took care of him, when my mom and dad chose to not. My mom chose to disown my brother and left me, and there was no one to take care of him. In that 2 years, my brother and I didn't have a perfect relationship to begin with. It was strained. We both grew up in a very traumatic, abusive home, and he saved my life. He got the brunt of it. He was my hero, and he always will be, no matter what. But he was mean. And those couple years, he had been through so much chemo and so much radiation and so much pain and hurt from my mom. She is just really, really broken, me and my brother. So much went on, and being a caretaker for him and being the only caretaker for him was impossible. But I did it the best I could. I wish I could have done better. But my point is that he used to send, he did the guilt trip thing on me all the time. He was just, anytime, I don't want to knock my brother. I'm not here to knock my brother. I just, he wasn't very good at talking to me, talking to people. And, he just used to say things that weren't appropriate, similar to this text message, making me feel guilty, like I was doing something wrong, like things like, but he has cancer, so what's my problem? I'm just going to leave it at that. And it was on a daily basis. So yesterday, I legit got triggered into a massive day of racy thoughts about every last horrible thing that my brother said to me. And that is just not necessary. It is just not necessary. I don't need to do that. I don't want my brain to go there. And so yesterday, I spent my entire day, because this happened in the morning, I spent my entire day using skills to remind myself that I didn't do anything wrong and that it was okay. I am so grateful for the program right now, for my therapist, for my support systems, for you guys, because yesterday is why I'm working so hard at what I'm doing right now. Because something someone else said that had nothing to do with me. Because this person, my friend, they got their own stuff. And I completely understand their own stuff. And because they have their own stuff, they can't see past to my stuff, which is totally understandable. So for me, it was about the fact that I was triggered. Completely. immediately thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm a horrible person. I did something wrong. Oh my God, what can I do to fix it? Like, just horrible, like this horrible, horrible, horrible heavy. And I literally spent the whole day going back and forth, self-talking, talking to myself, reminding myself, Leanna, you didn't do anything wrong. Don't feed into it. Don't let it bring you down into a depression. Like, I feel like I am just pulling out of this depression from winter. My birthday is coming. The spring is coming, and it's been such a long, hard winter of not doing things. And so I forced myself yesterday to not let it bring me down to that level. I used my skills, and I got up and I did what I had to do. I got to the office and I went and did some errands, and then I spent the day, trying to just enjoy myself and my happiness and not let that ruin my day. Although, in my opinion, I feel like it did ruin my day because I spent an entire day going back and forth in my head. At the end of the day, I won. And at the end of the day, I didn't do any of the things I would have done in the past because I immediately want to reach out and apologize and be like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it, la la la. But that's what they want me to do. And they want me to change my mind back because it will benefit them better. But the reality is that I didn't do anything wrong, and it's okay for me to change my mind. Like, it's okay. It's okay for me. And very simple. It's okay to change your mind. And I didn't do it in a rude or horrible or mean I'd like to think that I am a pretty kind person. I definitely have been through a lot, and I definitely try to treat people how I want to be treated, because I don't want anyone to ever feel like I have felt and have days like yesterday and how I felt. So I think ultimately my point is I'm proud of myself. I got through the day and I didn't let it keep me in bed, because even a couple weeks ago, I feel like it would have kept me in bed. I was so upset. I mean, immediately started to like panic and race and think about what I needed to do and da da da. And like today, I'm okay. I didn't sleep good. I had horrible dreams, and I woke up with a panic attack. Because I was triggered because of yesterday. So being in an episode is just, I wanted to do a video yesterday, but like it wasn't happening because I was just too all over the place to be able to bring my thoughts to one place to be able to talk to you about it. Today I'm feeling much better about the whole situation, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like, I still can't stop thinking about it. It still keeps going through my head. I still keep talking to myself, convincing myself that I didn't do anything wrong, that you're okay, that you're not a bad person, that this person was just trying to make you feel bad. And they didn't even know that they were trying to make me feel bad. That's the thing that sucks the most about it, is that person doesn't even realize that they're doing it. Some people do. My brother did. My brother used to do it on purpose, but that is a whole nother video. So this is just a shout out for everyone. Hey, like, I know those triggers come and you don't know what to expect and how to deal. And that's what we're doing right now. That's what I'm doing. That's what DBT is doing. And that's what I want everyone to try to do, because I've definitely realized that this is it's my job. My job to change my reactions and to teach myself that that I'm okay, and that it's okay to say no. It's okay to change your mind. And most importantly, it's okay to be honest. And when you're honest with somebody and they don't accept it, it's okay. Not everyone is, because not everyone can do that. And you got to be able to push through your day like I did yesterday and continue to just remind yourself that what you're doing is okay, and that that your heart is in the right place, and that you're doing what you got to do, and you're not hurting anyone. Maybe maybe someone's pride or ego or their plans for what they were doing. It just wasn't our problem. And I feel real bad, but I don't. Basically, I don't. I am not going to allow people to make me feel bad about things that I shouldn't feel bad about. I just can't anymore, and it's fucking hard. I mean, I always do that. I always swear at least once. I don't mean to. But it's hard. I think that's my point. It's hard. Like, yesterday was a rough day, but I got through it, and I'm here today. I look like crap. I mean, you guys can tell I'm, like, struggling, but I did it. That's all that matters. Simple. That's as simple as I want. So, with that being said, everyone, if you guys got out of bed today, if you put on your socks, if you fed the animals, if you did anything that you didn't think that you were going to do today, I'm so proud of you. And just keep on keeping on. Because at the end of the day, guys, it is what it is. And this is a perfect example of it is what it is. I cannot change what they said. I cannot change how I feel. I can only change how I react. Because it is what it is. Peace, people. Till next time.